Hello, everybody, and welcome to Waco ISD Stadium for another exciting night of Texas high school football. Tonight, it's the district opener as the University Trojans host the Temple Wildcats. I'm Lark Smith, along with the Coach Butch Henry. And Coach, everything that happened before now really means nothing. It's 0-0. You're just trying to get to the playoffs now.
Both undefeated. It's a new season, but you know, all teams like to break records. But there's one record the University does not want them to break. That's a consecutive losing record. The Central Texas record is 43, held by Dawson back in 2011 through 2015. Right now, University's at 40. They don't want to get behind the 8 ball and break that record, but there's a good chance that could happen because they're taking on a very, very good Temple team, perennial power. You know that. But like you said, they're all 0-0 right now. And Rodney Smith told me this week that they have a good attitude, so we'll have to see if they get after them Wildcats.
Butch Henry's trivia question. What team in the state of Texas lost the most games and how many?
Diamond Hill.
You're close. It was Houston Jefferson, and they lost 80 in a row.
Diamond Hill is 73.
No winner, chicken dinner.
That's right.
Hopefully we'll see a winner for the University Trojans tonight. It's the University Trojans and the Temple Wildcats coming up next right here on Waco ISD TV. Welcome back to Waco ISD Stadium, where the 0-4 University Trojans host the 2-2 Temple Wildcats. The Wildcats come in with victories over Belton and Round Rock in their first 2 games of the season. But, Coach, they've lost their last 2 games, lost to Midway 40-28, and a tough one at Cedar Ridge 21-14, a couple of 6A teams that are among some of the best 6A teams in the state.
Yes, they are. Both of them are. And, you know, I guess Coach Stewart's kind of like Marty Herbst. He likes to play those 6A teams, and that's to get you prepared for district. Well, district's here.
Yeah, this is the first game of district play as you see the University Trojans enter the field. The Trojans, after tonight, will have to travel to College Station before coming back to Waco ISD Stadium to take on Bryan. They'll then have an open date before they finish off the district schedule at A&M Consolidated, then play Rudder here and finish off, of course, with the annual grudge match against Waco High. Temple, meanwhile, after tonight, will be at home against A&M Consolidated. That might be a battle for supremacy in the district very early in the schedule. They'll finish off at Rudder, then they'll take on Waco High at home. Matter of fact, that's the week that University also has their open date, so we will not have a game on Waco ISD TV. That's October the 20th, I believe. And then they'll finish off at College Station and then take on Bryan at home.
Interesting for Temple, on their staff is Kwame Cavill, who used to play for Waco High, and also Toby Rumfield. You remember, good player down at Belton. His son is the quarterback, TJ, big old boy, about 6'5", and the backup quarterback, 6'6". So they grow them tall down in Temple.
Certainly do. Yeah, Toby Rumfield is now the baseball coach there at Temple High School.
He was a heck of a baseball player.
Certainly was. Does he have a brother named Brock?
Yep.
Also played at McLennan?
Yep.
I believe. Yeah. Now, for Scott Stewart, this is his second year guiding the football fortunes at Temple High School. His record in the 2 years now, 14 wins and 6 losses. Of course, this is the first year for Rodney Smith taking care of University's football program after a highly successful tour of duty as the basketball coach at University, and he's trying to turn that losing streak around. I'd like to try to do it tonight.
You know, by the way, Temple was a state finalist last year, Division I. They lost to Highland Park, but they were there, and they do have another president on this football team. And Monto is the linebacker. Yeah,
Monto president. He's coming in as their leading tackler and on the season so far. He's got 45 tackles to lead their team, so he's pretty much all over the field. So keep your eye out for number 4 on defense, Monto president for Temple. Have the University Junior ROTC presenting the colors at midfield. Let's join our stadium announcer, George Snookhouse, for our pregame national anthem.
This time, the University High School band will be playing the national anthem.
Midfield.
Well, normally at this time we get Texas our Texas, but I'm not sure what's happened there. There you see some of the University Trojans getting ready for tonight's contest. Deodrick Robinson, along with Victor Rosas, getting ready.
They must have some technical problems with the Texas our Texas. And the junior ROTC people are still at midfield with holding the flags and waiting for Texas our Texas, which we may or may not hear.
All right. There is no Texas our Texas tonight, so we'll be having the captains at midfield for the coin toss.
All right, those captains for the Temple Wildcats will be number 4, Monto President, number 5, Dalvin Fillmore, number 7, BJ Schoolart, along with number 94, Robert Jackson.
Speaking of number 94, Robert Jackson, he's a preseason district MVP according to Texas football. They say he's one heck of a football player. He's only 6 foot tall, but he weighs 280 pounds.
And for the University Trojans, we see number 54, Ricaldo Maldonado. And we also have a number 92, which we don't have on the program. Did you get a updated program from the head coach? I got one on Tuesday, and it didn't have a 92 on it either.
No, sir, do not have a 92. But he's one of the captains anyway.
He's one of the captains tonight. Maybe we'll find out at halftime from a member of the coaching staff down in the box just who number 92 is. Our officiating crew is out of the College Station chapter, Coach.
That's correct. The referee is John Mees. Umpire is Brian Herbst. No kid to Marty. Linesman is O.C. Wheatfall. Line judge is Tate Littleton. And the back judge, Ron
University's
Crozier.
At the clock.
All right, so the Temple Wildcats have won the toss and elected to defer. So University will take the football, and we'll be going from right to left on your television screen as we start the game. Game time temperature in the low 70s. We've had an overcast day most all day today with a little bit of rain here and there, and we may have a few droplets of rain during this contest, but right now it's mostly cloudy, 72 degrees as we get this district ball game underway.
I'll tell you, this is one of the nicer evenings we've had so far. It's really good football weather.
Certainly is.
Remember, University's quarterback, Jordan Perkins, has been hobbled a little bit. He would play, but he's going to play also on defense tonight, so we might see Tyrone Archibald, who wears number 11, play some quarterback also tonight. We'll just have to wait and see. He's only a junior, so he'll log a little time at quarterback.
That's Obi Cooper, number 26, going deep along with OC Cadena for University. And doing the kicking for Temple will be number 56, which I don't have a name for him either. We are underway. Ball comes down to Katina at the 4. Comes to the near side. Caught by the shirt tail from behind and brought down at the 14.
So we'll see if it'll be Jordan Perkins as a man under, or will it be Archibald? I believe it may be Archibald. I don't know. We'll see.
Well, I do see him in the huddle. Number 11 as opposed to number 4, Jordan Perkins. So it'll be Archibald starting at quarterback tonight for the University Trojans.
Just keep your eye on that linebacker number 4 and the defensive lineman number 94 for Temple.
Well, the play clock's already at 10 as they break the huddle. Jeremiah Stroop, the running back in the backfield with him. Play clock down to 2 and get it off. Archibald on the keeper. Looking for some running room. Take it from the 15 up to the 18. For a gain of 3 on the play.
I know they're going to try to shorten the game, but they run their play clock down about 1 or 2 seconds. That makes me a little nervous.
But the clock wasn't running when you played.
That's what I'm saying. I don't.
Brings up a 2nd down and 7 at the 18. And off to Stroop. He cuts it in over right tackle, and he is met immediately. Philip Haskins there to stop him.
There's no question that University is certainly outmanned on the offensive line. That defensive line for Temple, they're some pretty good sized youngsters, 280, 210, 280. They got some big boys in there.
No gain on the play. Brings up a 3rd down and 7. Possible passing down. Rolling to his left, now tucking the football. Archibald trying to get to the sideline, cuts it back, and then he is snowed under by Temple Wildcats. It's going to be a loss of 2 back to the 16.
Leading the charge that time for Temple was Monto President. So I thought it might be a passing down also, but they opted to run for it. So Gabriel Castillo will come in and try to kick this rascal away.
Castillo back to punt. Back deep to receive for the Wildcats is Deontay Hextall. From the 50-yard line, Xavier Johnson takes it up the far sideline and finally forced out of bounds when he gets to the 20-yard line. It's Castillo who has to force him out. It's a 30-yard return, and we have a University Trojan down at the 49-yard line.
They describe Xavier Johnson. He is their big play man, and you saw right there he can pick them up and lay them down. Had a little wall set up, so hopefully this University Trojan is not seriously hurt. I'm sure Jerry Williams is one of the first young men on the scene, I would think.
University used 2 minutes and 16 seconds for their first possession of the contest. And Temple will have it at near point-blank range, starting off at the 24-yard line in University territory.
Remember, they have their running back, Zion Leach, that can really, really tote the football. So keep a good eye on that young man, number 33. He will carry the ball a lot tonight, I would imagine.
Well, coming to the sideline is Abel Montemayor after the injury and coming on his own power. That's always a good sign. So the Temple offense with Jesse Flores at center, Sammy Rodriguez and Dakari White the guards, Josh Childress and Wyatt Chambers as the tackles come to the line of scrimmage with T.J. Rumfeld the quarterback. Looking to pass in the flat. It's complete to Johnson, and Johnson up the sideline quickly. Picks up the first down all the way down to the 11-yard line.
Like I say, Johnson is their big play man there. They're trying to get the football to him. He has excellent speed.
Picked up 13 on the play. A first down, 1st and 10 from the 11. And a timeout called by University.
Rodney Smith is not a happy camper right now. They didn't have it. They supposed to send a substitute in, but the guy he went in for was late coming off, so Rodney called a timeout so they wouldn't get a penalty.
That is one of the bugaboos that they have to try to fix, is make sure they don't have some of the fixable penalties.
You see Rodney Smith right there. He is not a happy camper.
But I'm sure it's something that he's gone over several times in practice, trying to make them get it right. It's another reason why he called the timeout there, is he wants to make sure they get it right.
Well, we've had a good dose early on of Xavier Johnson. You know what he can do. We've still not seen Leach, the running back, but it won't be long we'll see him.
Well, the running back in there right now is DeJohn Overton. Rumfeld looking to see if they want to change the play from the sideline. Moves over to the right side. Fakes the handoff, stays in the pocket, throws for the end zone. It's incomplete. Looked like that was intended for Hextall. But University had that pretty well covered, Coach.
Yes, they did. Hextall thought he might have been interfered with, but there was no flag. Take a look at it. No, it's just incidental contact.
Well, the clock stops with 9:27 to go first quarter.
You see the offensive coordinator over, Antonio Miles, drawing up some plays there for the University offense.
Rumfeld goes for the corner, but nobody there. They were off of the pattern for some reason. I believe that was intended for number 16, Ty Culp, but well overthrown.
I think he actually slipped down, to be quite honest with you, before the ball was thrown.
So they face a 3rd down and 10. They could get another first down, but they have to do it at the 1-yard line.
Well, Rumfield's come out and throwing the football, hasn't he?
Certainly has. Fakes the handoff, throws for Hextall, for Johnson, and these ball's knocked away. A nice defensive play there by Jamarian Payton.
You get another look at Payton. That's about as good defense as you can play right there.
So after giving the ball up at near point-blank range at the 24-yard line, the University defense stiffens at the 11 and going to force Temple into a field goal.
Well, Wagaman will be their field goal kicker, I believe.
Aaron Wagaman, a freshman, will attempt a 28-yard field goal. Snap is mishandled by the holder, and he's immediately swarmed under. And the University defense comes up with a big play as Ty Culp is stopped at the 23-yard line, and University takes over on downs.
There's a bad snap. You see right there, you see Culp coming in and making a tackle. So that'll give us University defense a little confidence, I would think.
Well, because of all the incomplete passes, that possession for Temple just was for 33 seconds. University gets it with 9:11 to go in the first quarter. Each team has had the football once, and nobody's scored yet. Trojans get the ball at their own 23-yard line, which is a better starting position than when they got their first possession. Archibald is in at quarterback with Stroop in the backfield with him. He looks to pass, throws quickly in the flat, and it's in and, well, I thought he juggled it, but he held on to it. Nice job of holding on to the football by C.J. Crane.
He's their leading receiver going into tonight's game, and he has 3 touchdowns, so he's been their go-to guy. Osea Cadena, I thought would be the go-to guy, but they've not thrown the ball to him that often.
Picked up 4 on the play to bring up 2nd down and 6. Now, C.J. Crane has pretty much been their money man this year so far.
Yep.
He had a high ankle sprain in the Gatesville game, but got over that quickly and got back into it. Hand off to Stroop. He is immediately contacted in the backfield by Jazarian Faulkner, the number 2 tackler on that Temple defense.
That's one thing you can't have on a sweep. You cannot have penetration, and that's what Temple did that time.
We'll take it back to the 24 for a loss of 3. Brings up a 3rd down and 9. Clock rolling as we reach the 8-minute mark of the first quarter.
They need to get out of that huddle.
Yeah, they break it with 10 seconds left on the play clock. Crane comes to the near side. They get it off in time. Straight drop back. Now Archibald will run the quarterback draw, avoids a couple of would-be tacklers, but then the swarm gets to him at the 25. He'll pick up just a yard, and once again, the Trojans will have to punt.
And once again, the man on the tackle, number 4, Monto President. You'll see Archibald right there try to go to the outside. There's President grabbing hold of the back of his jersey, brought him down.
So we go both Johnson and Hextall deep for Temple. Johnson calling for a fair catch at the 43 in Temple territory. They'll get it with 7:07 left to go in the first quarter. Their second possession of the game is going to start in their own territory at the Temple 43-yard line.
And you'll see number 4, Jordan Perkins, who was the quarterback. He's playing defense right now.
32-yard punt by Castillo. Once again, it's Overton in the backfield with Brumfield. Fake the handoff. The throw is complete in the flat to Keon Johnson. Johnson gets maybe 2 yards out of it, and that's all.
Oh, nice tackle by Jordan Perkins. You see him come up. As soon as he made the catch, there's old Jordan coming in making the tackle.
2nd down and 8 at the Temple 45 after the 2-yard gain. Coach, they haven't had a running play yet there's the first running play as they pitch it to Overton. First man misses him, and now Overton takes advantage of that. A flag thrown at the 43-yard line, but Overton picks up pretty good yardage. Matter of fact, he's going to have the first down, but then let's see about the flag.
He was nearly tackled in the backfield, but couldn't hang on. You'll take a look at it right there. Had a shot at him. Let's see if we got a block in the back or holding or what we got.
Appears to be holding against Temple.
Old John Mees will tell us about it.
Holding, number 3 of the offense. 10-yard penalty, replay 2nd down.
So he ends up basically getting 2 yards out of the play to the 47. It'll be 2nd down and 6 at the 47 after the 10-yard holding penalty against Temple. Overton takes it straight up the gut, has the first down all the way down to the University 42-yard line.
Javon Overton's a young man that I didn't anticipate running the football that much. I don't know whether Leach is hurt or what, but Overton's done a good job.
Overton came in with 30 carries for 222 yards. He had the most yardage by anybody on Temple, but the least number of carries of the 2 top running backs. Pass complete to Johnson in the flat. He fights off one would-be tackler, but finally wrapped up by Corey Moore at the 36.
One more look at it. See Corey Moore coming in, grab a hold of him, slowed him down just enough to get some reinforcements from some of his teammates. Good job.
Pick up a 5 on that play, actually picked up 6 to the 36. Fake the handoff, pass in the flat to Hextall. Hextall on the wide receiver screen is going to be stopped short of the first down by a whole host of University Trojans.
Yeah, I saw Josh Walker in on that tackle. I saw Kent Soares in on the tackle, and just a bunch of folks. That looked like a little hole right there to me.
So it brings up a 3rd and 1 at the 33-yard line. Hand off to Overton, and Overton dives forward and has just enough for the first down.
Actually, Overton must have really had a good week of practice because he's listed on the 3 deep as their 3rd running back.
So 1st and 10 from the 32. Clock continues to roll with 4:50 left to go. First quarter, no score yet. Rumfeld changing the play. He has 3 receivers to the top of the screen. Looking that way. Throws complete once again to Keon Johnson. Johnson ridden out of bounds across the way at the 27-yard line.
Nice tackle by Justin Williams, number 10. You'll see him right there. Justin's a young man that came off the basketball team to play football this year, and Carl Lord told me he'll probably be one of their better basketball players.
8th play of the drive. It started back at the Temple 43. 2nd down and 5. Hand off to Overton. He winds his way through, backs his way down to the 15-yard line. Nice gain by Overton there to pick up another first down for Temple. Got 12 out of that.
There's one more look at it. Fumble, and Temple falls on it.
Looking to pass once again on the quick slant. I believe that's Keon Johnson that he hits. Nope, that's number 16. That's Ty Culp with the catch there.
Another tackle by Justin Williams. You'll take a look at number 10 coming in, did a good job. That could have been a touchdown play if Justin doesn't make that tackle.
6-yard gain for Culp. Hand off to Overton. Overton with the pat drill able to get inside the 5 down to the 3-yard line. With a 6-yard gain, it's going to be 1st and goal for Temple.
Scott Stewart, Temple's coach, hails from Troy, Texas. He's had stops at Stony Point, Spring Restfield, Clear Creek. He's been around.
Speaking of being around, Overton is around into the end zone for the touchdown from 3 yards out to give Temple the lead, 6-0 with the try for point to come.
There's a look at Overton just going right up Main Street into the end zone. Let's see if they have better luck on this extra point than they did the field goal.
It is no good. So with 2:55 left to go in the first quarter, Temple leads the University Trojans by a score of 6-0. You think that flaw in the kicking game is going to have any effect on this, Coach?
I think it might have effect in them as they go down the rest of the season, don't you?
Yes, sir.
There's some of the university crowd on hand across the way. A lot of folks came up from Bell County on that beautiful drive on I-35. I assume they took I-35. They may not have. They might have went down through Moody and McGregor. I don't know.
57 yards and 11 plays. It took them 4 minutes and 12 seconds to cover that 57 yards to grab the 6-0 lead. That's the second possession of the night for Temple. They have collected 5 first downs so far to 0 for University.
University's got to get a big play going somehow. I don't know if it's going to be a pass from Archibald to C.J. Crane or what, but they're having trouble running the football because they're outmanned up front, no doubt about it.
Back deep for University, C.J. Crane, along with Obi Cooper. It'll be Crane at the 10. Avoids one would-be tackler. There's a University player playing without his helmet. Not sure how. Player lost his helmet, but it's way over here on this side of the field. Crane gets the ball up to about the 22.
You see Crane there doing a little dancing around instead of just ducking his head, getting all the yardage he can.
From the 23-yard line is where this possession will start. Archibald and Stroop in the backfield. Crane, the wide receiver, to the top of the screen. Archibald looking to pass. Trying to get out from under the rush. Will not be able to do so as Philip Haskins has him wrapped up.
Looked like they were going to try to throw the football in, but Archibald just did not have time.
Loss of 4 on the play brings up second down and 14. Hate to say this, but this is a familiar territory for the University offense, being behind the chains.
Yes, it is. I don't know whether they have a screen press in their repertoire or not, but that would be a good play to call right now, I think.
Keep an extra blocking back in the backfield this time. Rajon Easley back there. They come on a flanker around with not a whole lot of running room there.
Time to take advantage of that speed. You see on the reverse, you see here comes Obi Cooper, and he could not turn the corner.
Does pick up a couple of yards on the play for Cooper. Brings up a third down and 12 at the University 21-yard line. Minute and a half left to go in the first quarter of play. Temple up 6-0. Archibald to pass, under a rush, not able to escape. Stays on his feet long enough to get the ball back to the 20-yard line, but he's going to lose one on the play.
Once again, C.J. Crane was intended receiver down the left side, but he was double teamed, so Archibald decided to tuck it in and try to go. So once again, it's a punting situation for the Trojans. Oh, Gabriel Castillo may get a little tired for this night's over his right leg.
Hextall and Xavier Johnson, the two waiting for the punt. It's kicked into the back of a University Trojan and picked off in the air and into the end zone for the Temple Wildcats is Corbin Love with a touchdown.
That's something I don't believe I've ever seen that before. That's the previous play on the sack, but actually one of the upbacks, I guess, got too close to the punter. Of course, he did the kind of the rugby style and kicked it right in his back, picked up for the touchdown. There it is right there. Yep.
So Temple gets on the scoreboard on special teams thanks to that touchdown by Love. The extra point attempt this time is good. 27 seconds left to go in our first quarter, and Temple extends its lead to 13-0 with the score on the special teams play.
Have you ever seen that before?
Yeah, I've seen it, but not returned for a touchdown. I've seen where a blocking back was hit with a punt before.
You see a lot of that now. In college, most everybody has that type of punt formation with the 3 guys up. Kind of backfired that time on the Trojans.
So, University will get the football once again.
Those kids having a good time out there. Look at that youngster, just cute as a speckled puppy.
That was 1:28 on that possession for University there. Actually, maybe they only had it for 1:26, and Temple had it for about 2, because he didn't have to go very far to get it into the end zone. But University is having to return a kickoff once again. Crane and Cooper are the 2 deep for the Trojans. C.J. Crane chases it down at the 5, tries to set up the wall, brings it to the near side, and doesn't quite have the speed to make that happen. Quickly down there to get him is Dalvin Fillmore.
Once again, take a look at C.J. Crane. He's going to try to come this way to, I guess they call it a return to the left, but you see he could not get around the corner. So once again, University will have poor field position and probably a flag on top of that, wasn't there, was there?
Yeah, it looks like a holding penalty,
Yep.
So half the distance to the goal will take
First
it back
down.
to the University 4.
There's a good look at athletic director Johnny Tusa. I assume he's going to make some type of presentation at the halftime.
Timeout called by University before they even get the play off. Rodney Smith standing out around the 20-yard line wants to talk to his offense. That's his second timeout he's called, and we're not even completed with the first quarter yet.
Evidently there's something he didn't like, either the play call or how they was lined up, but that's what those timeouts are for. That youngster's taking a little rest there. She doesn't even care who's playing, does she?
No. Just glad that it's not 100 degrees out here tonight.
Yep.
Again, it's been a mild day all day in Waco with a mostly overcast sky. Started tonight's game with a temperature of 72 degrees. And a few little sprinkles here and there, but no real threat of rain. All right, 1st and 10 from the 4-yard line. University looking for their first down of the contest. Archibald going to run it out. Spin move gets away from one would-be tackler, but that downhill running doesn't get him any yardage. He's stopped for no gain.
Looks like Johnny Tusa's down there with Bill Miller. I guess he's going to be honored at halftime. Bill has run the clock over there for many, many years. I see Jack Stanley filling in for him right now.
Well, speaking of the clock, the first half clock has run down to zeros, and after the end of the first quarter, our score is Temple 13 and University nothing. Now let's join stadium announcer George Snookhouse for this special presentation.
1956 graduate of Waco Tech, the current University High, where he was a 2-year letterman in football. After serving 8 years in the Naval Reserves, Bill spent the next 56 years working in the computer software and processing field until his retirement in 2012. In 2000, Bill started working as one of the scoreboard operators here at the stadium and currently is in his 18th year and has logged over 400 games. He has also supported youth sports in the community as a football official, baseball umpire, as well as a football coach. Bill and his wife, Jean, have been married 56 years and have 2 children and 2 grandchildren. Please join the athletic department in honoring Bill Miller as we induct him into our lifetime athletic honor roll as our newest member. Congratulations, Bill Miller.
Very deserving honor.
Known Bill for many, many, many years.
Did he operate the clock at Paul Tyson?
No, I think Jake Bond did that.
That's right.
Yeah.
Jake did do that. All right, we've turned everything around. The University now going from left to right on your TV screen. They face a 2nd down and 10 from their own 4-yard line. Estevan Trujillo, the center. The guards are Ricardo Maldonado and the Xavier Horn Crane. The tackles, Francisco Castillo and DeAndre Gorsha. Pass out to C.J. Crane. Gets them their first down of the game.
That's just kind of a little quick out pattern. To be honest with you, that's about the only type of pass that Archibald has enough time to throw right now. But that was a nice catch, a nice throw, and a nice run by C.J.
Picked up 15 yards on the play for the first down out to the 19. Crane now to the far side. On the keeper, Archibald gets it up to the 25. Excuse me, we got Jordan Perkins back into the game. So Perkins at the quarterback spot. Gains up to the 25 for 6. It's a 2nd down and 4.
Yeah, Perkins going to log a little time tonight on both sides of the football, I think. And he does throw the ball a little better than Archibald.
Handoff goes to Stroop. He is upended when he gets to the 25-yard line. A flag on the play. I don't know if they're going to call that on University or Temple, but it's usually where you see holding.
Yeah, no, I would imagine it's going to go against the U-Dogs.
Holding, number 52, 10 yards from the previous spot. Replay 2nd down.
You know, they had a couple of good gains on the pass to Crane, then the run. Then the run, and then all of a sudden you get the penalty and set it back.
Going to be 2nd down and 14 back at the 15-yard line. Have to get to the 29 for the first down. Perkins rolling to his right. Gets out from under one rusher. Now throws, and it's intercepted, but he's out of bounds.
That was a nice interception at the time by Dalvin Fillmore, but he was out of bounds. You see Jordan Perkins actually running for his life right there, throwing the football, and they're very fortunate that ball was out of bounds because it was intercepted.
Trying to get it to Obi Cooper there. Perkins checks into the huddle with 16 seconds left on the play clock. This in Justin Williams is the lone receiver to the top of your screen. Drops back, looks up the middle. Now he's going to tuck it and run with it. He'll get up to the 17-yard line for a gain of 2, but that's all.
Take another look at it. Jordan Perkins just couldn't find anybody open and tried to pick it up and run with it, and to no avail. So another punting situation.
Well, they did pick up 1 first down this time. Once again, Xavier Johnson and Deontay Hextall, the 2 deep. This punt is away. Goes over the head of Hextall, or Johnson. Johnson now picks it up, and he's got some running room. Heads for the Temple sideline and finally forced out of bounds by the punter. They say he went out of bounds at the 37-yard line.
If we see that again, Ty Cup made one heck of a block. You fix to see it on your screen. He's going to come in there right there. And, I mean, it was one heck of a block. hope that young man's all right. Didn't see who the Trojan was, but he got waylaid.
So Temple will start in University territory at the 37-yard line with 9:15 to go in the second quarter, and they have a 13-0 lead. Low snap, but it's picked up by Rumfeld, and he hands it off to Anthony Jackson. Jackson will get a yard out of it, and that's all.
The Trojan defense, I tell you what, they're giving a good effort. There's no question they're playing hard, but
Overton coming around the right side, gets a good block from Jackson and gets him inside the 25 down to the 22.
finally run out of bounds by Justin Williams, a young man that's really playing well tonight defensively for the Trojans.
Picked up 15 on the play for Overton. Gives Temple another first down. Fake the handoff to Overton, pass in the flat, complete the hex stall. Gets away from one would-be tackler, but then the rest of the posse gets there and brings him down at the 24-yard line, and that's a loss of 2 on the play.
Boy, Jordan Perkins had a shot at him, just could not hang on.
So second down and 12 at the University 24. Rumfeld with the pump fake, looking for the corner of the end zone, has his man for the touchdown. Jared Wiley hauls it in for the 6.
I tell you what, the pump fake that time, I think, is what sealed the deal and enabled Wiley to get wide open behind the defender. You look, that was an excellent pass by T.J. Rumfeld. I bet he probably throws a baseball too. You don't bet?
Oh, I guarantee he do. One after attempt is no good. It goes wide to the right, so they're still having some problems in the kicking game, but with 8:35 left to go in the first half, Temple has extended its lead to 19-0.
You know, if you use this Trojan football players, look what goes through your mind. Here we go again. I mean, these guys keep playing hard, but they keep coming up short.
Well, you know, the defense is spending too much time on the field, number one.
Right.
The offense needs to pick up some first downs. They need to find some way to move the ball down the field and eat some clock. But they've had the ball 4 times now, picked up just 1 first down, turned the ball over on a blocked punt that turned into a touchdown. So the offense is what needs to get it in gear here for the Trojans. That drive for Temple, they only needed to go 37 yards. They did it in 4 plays and just took 40 seconds for it to happen.
By the way, we'll be back here next week for Waco High's homecoming. They will be hosting Brian Rudder. They're on the road tonight at A&M Consolidated, which is going to be a big chore for the Lions, I'll tell you that. Well, here we go. University says they get this kickoff return, get it up at least around the 30 or 35-yard line, which they've not been able to do.
Cooper will take it at the 10, finds a little bit of a crease and gets it up to the 20.
That's the first time they've kicked the ball to Cooper tonight, I believe, on the kickoff.
Yeah, most of it's been going to Crane, but Crane wasn't on the field
Right.
that time. It was Justin Williams that was waiting with Cooper that time.
So we're going to see Jordan Perkins back in at quarterback. And like I say, he's been hobbled a little bit this week. He's not 100%, but he's a trooper.
Sends Williams to the near side, Crane to the far side. No backfield. Sends a man in motion, flips it to C.J. Crane coming around on the reverse. He drops the football. Did a good job of staying alive by keeping his knees from hitting the ground, but he almost lost the football. He does lose 2 yards on the play back to the 18.
I'll tell you what, I'm pretty impressed with this Temple defense. They're not going to let University get outside on them because University has some speed, but this is a good Temple defense, no question about it. And I watched that Monto president. He just, wherever the ball is, that's where you'll find number 4.
Once again, the no-back set. Perkins looking to pass, going deep, and overthrown, intended for Williams, and a flag is thrown. There's a little pushing and shoving going on between Williams and the defender.
And I tell you, you see Coach Scott Stewart at the 30-yard line nearly at the hash mark said that ball was uncatchable.
Well, it's uncatchable because the receiver was being held up.
Let's see what they're going to call here. I would think it'd be interference against Temple.
Holding, number 7 on the defense, 10-yard penalty, first down.
So it was not pass interference.
They'll move it out to the 28-yard line. And University gets their second first down, this one by way of penalty.
I imagine they'll take them any way they can get them more.
Absolutely. Once again, they go with the no-back set. Perkins fumbles the snap. Under a rush, gets the throw away, and it's too tall for Williams and also too tall for the defender, Schulark. Brings up a second down.
I think Jordan Perkins this time, after muffling the snap, he said, I'm just going to get rid of this rascal. He basically just stood where nobody could catch it.
He's hoping the old basketball player could outleap the defensive back. Clock stop with 7:34 left to go in the half. Be sure to stick around at halftime. We'll get a quick interview with the new superintendent of schools for Waco ISD. On the keeper, Jordan Perkins. Running downhill, will get it up to the 33-yard line. Gain of 5 on the play for Perkins. Going to bring up a third down and 5.
And you see Jordan Perkins once again showing that speed, and he's already, like I say, he's not 100%, but he's still giving it a good effort tonight. That's all you can ask.
Perkins has now carried the ball 55 times on the year for 234 yards. Just 3 times tonight for 12 yards. Going to try the other way. Turns it up inside and gets upended. When he gets to the 35-yard line, he's going to be short of the first down.
Take a look at this and talk about upended. He did get up in that time. Looked like it was Will Howard Jr. that made the tackle.
So it's another 1 first down and punt for the Trojans. Gabriel Castillo getting a workout tonight.
Yes, he is.
Takes a snap, gets off the rugby putt, coming to the near side. Off the hands of Johnson, and it rolls out of bounds at the 15. So a great job by Castillo to shoot a unfieldable punt and back Temple up inside their 20.
Xavier Johnson that time, the ball kind of took a big hop on him, kind of went over his head. He couldn't handle it, but he had the presence of mind to at least knock it out of bounds.
Going to be the worst field position of the night for the Temple offense. As University kept it for 223 on that possession. Temple leads 19-0 with 6:12 to go in the second quarter. Rumfeld hands it off to Anthony Jackson. A big hole for Jackson up the middle, and he may go to the house. Only one man with a chance. That's Corey Moore, and he won't catch him. 85 yards to pay dirt for Anthony Jackson. Makes it 25-0 with a try for point to come.
Just think that young man's only a sophomore. I bet you Coach Stewart is licking his chops. He'll have him for 2 more years. You see the speed right there, because right there he's going to the house.
Jackson came into the game with just 12 carries for 111 yards. He had the best yards per carry average on the team at 9.3, and that's not going to hurt that at all. Point after attempt. This one splits the uprights. 5:59 to go. Temple increases its lead to 26-0 after an 85-yard gallop by Anthony Jackson.
Once he got past the crease there with the linebackers, it was Katie bar the door. He was gone. So once again, the Trojans will be on the receiving end of a kickoff and see if they get some points on the board. They still have close to 6 minutes left this first half. And by the way, at halftime we will see the performance of the University High School band and the highlighters.
Took them 13 seconds to cover the 85 yards in that one play. Well, that's about a that's about a 6.5 40.
Yeah, just about.
6 second 40, something like that. He had a little interference in front of him.
That lady's showing her muscles there. Must be flex cam time.
Mm-hmm. Williams and Cooper, the 2 deep. Going to come to Cooper, who watches it fumble around and falls on it at the 4-yard line, and that's where he's down. Not the NFL. You can't get up and run with it.
Well, those guys sometimes make a mistake is letting the football hit the ground, because it doesn't always go the way you think it's going to go.
No, it doesn't. That was the one thing I was admonished as a kick returner. You do not let the ball hit the ground. You catch it.
And University's been deep in their own territory once again. Temple already has 26 points on the board to 0 for the Trojans, so they've got to get that ball out of there somehow.
Jordan Perkins in at the quarterback spot. He'll have Stroop in the backfield with him to start this series of downs. Will look to pass. On the pump fake, goes to the far side for Crane, and it's just a little bit out in front of him.
I think that's good defense that time on C.J. Crane, because he is their go-to guy. So Cadena was one of the better receivers last year, but he's playing mostly defense this year.
Perkins now 28 of 66 passing for 271 yards on the year. Deandrick Robinson checks into the offensive huddle. They break it with 10 seconds left on the play clock. Hand it off to Stroop, and he cuts it back in over left tackle and maybe gets a yard to the 6, if even that.
This brings up a passing situation. I know you don't want to throw it deep in your own territory, but I feel like they've got to. And you can go to Justin Williams, or you can go to C.J. Crane, or maybe try to hit Stroop coming out of the backfield.
We'll give him 2 yards to the 6, where it'll bring up 3rd down and 8. Trojans looking for just their second first down of the night, or third. Got one offensively and one on penalty. Stops, throws, has a man, and it's almost picked off. Good job of playing center field by Markel Reed.
That ball was intended for Obie Cooper that time, and he was open, but nearly picked off. So once again, old Gabriel Castillo will come in and kick her away.
Fifth punt of the night for Castillo. Straightaway punt this time will come to Johnson. He fumbles it at the 46. Reverses field, now has some opening up the near sideline. Stays on his feet and finally brought down at the 21. 40-yard punt, but a 25-yard return gives Temple the football with 4:46 left to go in the first half, and once again they're in University territory.
You can see right there was Xavier Johnson, such a dangerous young man. He kind of bobbled that football, hit the ground, picked it up, started to go right, and then he came back to the left where his wall was set up and made a good return.
Mike.
So Rumfield will have Overton in the backfield with him. Hands it off to Overton. He sees no hole. He does a couple of stutter steps, tries to pick up a block, and then Jordan Perkins grabs him by the face mask and hauls him down. And that face mask will draw a lot of laundry.
Yes, it will. That time it was stopped at the line of scrimmage, but somehow, I don't know, somehow he got out of it and made a nice run, and they're going to tack on an additional yards with the face mask. Here's old John tell us about it.
Now move it down to the 11-yard line. Basically ends up being a 10-yard penalty. But it'll be 1st and 10 for Temple. Trying to add to a 26-0 advantage. Straight ahead running for Overton, and he will make it into the end zone for his second touchdown of the night.
John Overton, I tell you what, you give a lot of credit. Those guys up front, they're opening up some huge holes. We're talking about White Chambers, Corey White, Jesse Flores, Sam Rodriguez, Josh Childers. These guys are doing a good job up front opening up those holes.
Wagaman, the freshman, on to put on the point. Able to do so this time. 4 minutes, 28 seconds left to go in the first half. Temple increases its lead to 33-0.
There's a good look at Jordan Perkins coming off. A little disappointed right now.
Only took them 18 seconds to cover the 21 yards in 2 plays. They have been striking quickly. Their longest possession of the night was 4 minutes and 2 seconds on their first touchdown drive that went 57 yards. Then they got the special team touchdown off the block punt. Then a 37-second drive to make it 19-0. A 13-second drive to make it 26-0, and now an 18-second drive to make it 33-0. Temple has taken advantage of the time they've had the football.
Well, it's you have to say one thing about these Trojan fans, though. They're with this team through thick and thin, and it has been thin, no question about it.
Once again, the kick coming to Cooper. He'll take it at the 8. Sets up the wall a bit and finds a slot to run through and gets it out to the 28. But a flag also on the play, dropped at the 23-yard line.
Let's see what this could be. I don't know whether it'd be a holding against University or what.
That's normally where we see a block in the back, but Archibald going to come into the offensive huddle as quarterback. See where University will start this.
Block in the back, number 55 on the return team. 10-yard penalty, first down.
University offense just can't seem to get out of the shadow of its own goal. at the 13 to start this drive.
See if Archibald can get this team moving a little bit.
Stroop with him in the backfield. Looks to run with the football. And runs into trouble. Gets maybe a yard to the 14-yard line.
No question that front four for Temple is just outmanning the University offensive line. No doubt about it.
Yeah, you got the Ashton, Marita, Robert Jackson, Philip Haskins, and Jazarian Faulkner up front that just pretty much taking care of business for the Wildcats. 2nd down and 9. Archibald quickly passes in the flat, and it's picked off. Going the other way and into the, well, they steal it right back. C.J. Crane takes it back at the 1-yard line.
Unbelievable.
Larry Hawkins with the pick was headed for 6, but C.J. Crane, going from offense to defense, takes it out of his hands and gives it right back to the Trojans they mark him at the 3.
If we take a look at this, this is one of the most bizarre plays you're going to see. This had touchdown written all over it. There's the pick right there. He's going to the house, and watch old CJ coming there. Just took the ball away from him and turned around trying to come the other way. There it is.
Now they mark it at the 2-yard line, so the exchange of possessions there gives University a 1st down, but they're backed up to the 2-yard line. You see a lot of strange things on the football field, don't you, Coach?
Yeah, we've seen a lot of them tonight.
See what Archibald can do now from out of his own end zone. Fakes the handoff, looks up middle, and is able to get out of the end zone. It is not a safety, but almost a safety as Jazarian Faulkner gets to him.
Has Archibald thrown the football tonight?
I have him with 1 completion for 4 yards.
All right.
Our Tank has him with 1 completion for 4 yards.
That's better. Well, if Tank has it, that's what it is then.
It's going to be his 2nd down and 11 from the 1. They haven't broken the huddle yet, Coach, and the play clock is running down.
Well, it can't be a 5-yarder, though, can it?
No, it'd just be a half-yard penalty.
But they're going to get one.
Yep, there's the delay of game call. Rodney Smith with a hand on hip on the near side. He wasn't going to waste his time out here. He's got just 1 left. He knew it was only going to be about a length of the football that he was going to end up having to give up here.
They're really putting themselves in a situation where they could end up getting a safety. That's all I'm going to say.
They barely missed one just a moment ago. Perkins is on his feet in the end zone, will try to throw it and get it off to C.J. Crane, and Crane is able to get it out to the 7-yard line. Boy, that was a lot of duress there, wasn't there?
It sure was. And C.J. injured just a little bit. I hope he's all right. I don't know whether he twisted his ankle or what.
Brings up a 3rd down and 5. Nice bit of keeping that one alive as that front line for Temple was begging for that safety. See junior T.J. Franklin, number 13, has joined that defensive line. And now a timeout called by University. It's their final timeout. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in the first quarter. And our score is Temple 33 and University nothing.
Well, you just got to regroup. Archibald's getting a lot of experience out there, but he does not throw the ball quite as well, I don't think, as Jordan Perkins. But like I say, Jordan has not been 100% all week, and also he's playing on the defensive side of the football. They at least like you go to the locker room only down 33-0.
Well, it was a scoreless ball game until the 2:55 mark of the first quarter when Temple got their first touchdown at the end of an 11-play, 57-yard drive where Overton got into the end zone from 3 yards out to make it 6-0. Then University had a punt block that was returned for a TD to make it 13-0. That was still in the first quarter. And then it just kind of snowballed from there for Temple. 3rd and 5 from the 7. Perkins with a quick pass out to Stroop. He gets to by one would-be tackler and will have the first down out to about the 13-yard line.
That was a nice play that time. A little swing pass out of the backfield to Stroop and to the first down. Keep that clock running. Keep the chains a moving.
Give him a 7-yard pickup on that out to the 14-yard line. Fake the handoff. Archibald keeps the football. Somebody had a hand in his face mask, but he got away from that. No call. And a gain of 1 out to the 15-yard line.
Nice tackle that time by Larry Hawkins from Temple. I thought Temple might use one of their timeouts, but I guess they decided they still got 3 left. They may use one in a minute, they may not. Coach Stewart already has a comfortable lead.
Again, stay with us at halftime as our sideline reporter Dylan Chapman will talk to University soccer coach Mike Chapman.
One for any Ken.
I think so. Archibald loses the football when he gets hit, and back on top of it for University is Elijah Muhammad from the offensive line. Archibald was looking to pass, but had the ball knocked out of his hands. Now you get that timeout that you were asking for, Coach.
Yes, he got a timeout, so puts University in a tough situation right here. No question about it.
Lost 13 on that play. Brings up a 3rd and 24 at the 2-yard line. So Temple called the timeout. They wanted to be sure that they had maybe some time to do something offensively. Here at the end of the half, they've got the Trojans backed up once again in the shadow of their goal line.
Those people waving at you, did you see them, Lark? You know those people just waved at you?
I missed them.
No.
All right, 3rd down and a long way to go. They got to get out to the 24-yard line. Pass quickly in the flat. Corralled, though, is the receiver.
And Coach Stewart won't have to call timeout because when it's out of bounds, the clock will stop with exactly 1 minute left. University will be forced to punt. Temple still has plenty of time to get on the board again.
That was C.J. Crane with the catch for 7 yards. Brings up a 4th down and long. And once again, Castillo in to punt with Hextall and Johnson deep. Shorter punt this time. Johnson takes it at the 45. Has a wall set up around the right side. Now looks to cut it back, and that's going to cause him to allow the University pursuit to catch up with him, but they catch up with him at the 33-yard line.
There's another look. That young man he's just explosive. That's Xavier Johnson, and he's finally brought down by a host of Trojans. But I imagine we'll see old T.J. Rumfield kind of air this thing out right now. I'm not for sure. I think he committed to Baylor to play baseball. I think. I don't know. Maybe I dreamt that.
That's a possibility. He does have baseball genes.
No, he's wearing Levi's.
Not tonight. He's wearing that blue on the front, white on the back tonight. Nice job of weaving through traffic by Anthony Jackson, who had the 85-yard touchdown a moment ago. Gets it down to the 25 for a pickup of 8.
Nice tackle by Jamarian Payton that time for University.
Temple opted to use another timeout, so they will now have one remaining. With 35 seconds left in the first half, they have a very comfortable 33-0 lead, as you can see right there on your screen.
The University a moment ago had the ball for 3 minutes and 42 seconds, but all of that was backed up to their own end zone. They were able to get it as far away as the 15-yard line before they were backed up on the fumble that was recovered. Rumfeld looking for the end zone, throws to the flat though, and it's complete to Jackson, and Jackson goes out of bounds inside the 20 at the 18. Picked up 7 yards on the play, brings up a first down and 10. Stops the clock with 29 seconds. Now we understand that our halftime interview will be with the superintendent, Dr. Marcus Nelson. Jackson avoids the first wave of attackers, gets it around the right end for a gain to the 17-yard line. And Temple will have to call their final timeout.
I'm sure Temple will try to go for the end zone this next play or two. If not, they might try a field goal, but the way they've struggled with their kicking game, I don't know that to be a possibility or not.
Well, I'm surprised we haven't seen Rumfeld just try for the end zone on 4 successive plays. District opener for both teams. University comes in trying to break a long losing streak. Temple trying to stop a 2-game losing streak.
Just think these seniors on this University team, they've never won a football game.
That doesn't sound like a lot of fun.
No, it doesn't.
Rumfeld fakes to Overton, looking to throw. Throws in the flat and complete and out of bounds to Hextall.
They're doing a good job of running that out pattern, getting out of bounds and stopping the clock because they're out of timeouts, but they still have 17 seconds left. They got time for a couple of plays. Probably go for the end zone on this one, I would think. Might run the draw play back here. You never know.
Went from the 17 to the 8-yard line. Again, looking across the middle, and it's in and out of the hands of Hextall. He had a touchdown, but just couldn't come up with it.
Deontay Hextall, only a junior. They got a lot of underclassmen on this Temple football team. I noticed Anthony Jackson, a while ago, receiver, is only a sophomore. Xavier Johnson is only a junior, so Keon Johnson's only a junior.
13 seconds left. Temple trying to add one more to their 33-0 lead before the intermission. This one's complete for the 6. Goes to Xavier Johnson for the touchdown.
Wasn't much to that. He was wide open right there. I don't know how he got the I guess the secondary a little bit confused or whatever, but there was no contest.
One after attempt. Goes in between the uprights this time. So with just 7 seconds left to go, Temple with a 40-0 lead over University at the half.
I bet Rodney Smith said, boy, that clock sure is running slow tonight. He's ready to get to halftime and get in there and try to regroup and see if the kids can come back and at least try to make a game out of it. But it's going to be a tough chore because this is a good Temple football team. I think Temple and A&M Consolidated may be the best 2 teams in that district.
And College Station is also in the district, and aren't they ranked?
They were. I don't think they had. I think they got beat last week.
They got beat their first game out against Westlake, wasn't it? Yeah, they had to reschedule because of Hurricane Harvey. They were supposed to play somebody else other than Westlake. Westlake, I think, was supposed to play Katy, but because of the hurricane.
Yeah, there's a lot of those teams down in the Houston area that missed the first couple of games because you can't play on their fields, you know.
Yes, sir. Hard to run in floodwater.
You what?
It's hard to run in
yes,
floodwater.
Yes, it is. It really is.
Talking to the head coach at the Marina, Ray Biles, not too long ago, and he used to be a coach at Katy many years ago, and he said he was talking to Gary Joseph, the head coach of Katy, and well, there's a fumble on the kickoff.
Was that an onside kick?
It was, it was a squibber that University didn't hold on to. Anyway, he said Gary Joseph was talking to him on the phone, sitting in his trailer out in his driveway because his house was flooded. So Temple comes up with the football.
You think Temple just go to one knee here?
Well, that would be the humane thing to do.
I think they will.
The sportsman thing to do, and it looks like they do have victory formation here. May have did the onside just to work on it, but they're going to go into victory formation and call an end to the first half of play. We have completed the first 24 minutes of action. Temple is on top of University by a score of 40-0. Before we go to our halftime activities, let's check in with Dustin Chapman. He's on the sideline with the superintendent of schools for Waco ISD. Dustin?
Thank you, Lark. I'm here with Dr. Marcus Nelson, Waco ISD superintendent. So, Dr. Nelson, this is your first year in Waco. So I know you've only been here a few months, but how's it been so far?
Well, I think it's just a wonderful place. Waco's a strong, vibrant city. Great group of students here like yourself and our cameraman, and I'm just honored to serve as a superintendent in this community.
So like I said, I know you haven't been here the longest time, but you have anything in mind that you want to implement or improve about our district?
Well, the bottom line, as a superintendent of schools, I just want to see the kids get what they deserve. And we're really working hard to create schools that our kids can be proud of. And I want to see our kids be competitive, go to the colleges that they want to go to, or go to work where they want to go to work. And I'm real serious about making sure we continuously improve every day.
Yes, sir. So, so far, has there been anything that stood out or really impressed you?
Well, by far, one of the best resources we have in Waco, Texas is our teachers. And I've had the opportunity to sit in our classrooms, and I'm just real impressed with the quality of our instructional staff and how hard they work to make sure that our lessons are planned directly for our students, and really that we're moving toward a more rigorous curriculum. So, yeah, I'm excited about our teachers and our principals and administrators, and I believe we got, without question, a group of adults that are focused on our students.
Yes, sir. Well, we're definitely glad to have you. That was Dr. Marcus Nelson, Waco ISD superintendent. Larkin Butch, back up to you.
All right, Dustin, thank you very much. Good job. Always appreciate your work on the sideline and appreciate the work that Dr. Nelson has done in his short stint so far as superintendent of Waco schools. Again, our halftime score is Temple 40 and University nothing. We'll have our halftime activities when we come back right here on Waco ISD TV.
Ladies and gentlemen, University Highlighters, coached by Christina Ellis. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to recognize our lettering band members tonight. These students are receiving Letterman jackets today for their hard work, maintaining membership for 2 or more years in the mighty Trojan Varsity Band and University High School's top-performing band ensembles. First up, Sebastian Berrigan, junior band member, member of the Trojan Jazz Band and clarinet section leader. Jonathan Saldana, junior band member and flute section leader. Kobe Frazier, junior band member and flute section captain. Victor Garcia, junior band member and member of the Trojan Jazz Band. Rachel McCullough, senior band member and member of the mighty Trojan Band Color Guard. And Felipe Ramirez, junior band member. And now, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to be entertained? Get on your feet and cheer for the most rockin' band in all the land, showing up in numbers and out in style, and guaranteed to make you smile, the mighty Trojan Marching Band. The section of the week is the trombone section. Trojan fans, you're in for a treat tonight. The mighty Trojan Band has been working very hard to prepare their 2017 UIL show entitled It's Electric. Drum majors are senior drum major Ariana Salinas, assistant drum major Zoe Collins, and junior drum major Willie Padilla. Drum majors, is your band ready? Ladies and gentlemen, the mighty Trojan Band. the band directors are Archie Lee Hatton IV, Justin Lindsay, Arthur Torres. Mr. Glenn Price assists with color guard. Melton Holcomb with woodwind specialist and percussion specialist, Mr. Richard Donahue and Mark Perez. Our amazing administrative staff includes Dr. Ricky Edison, principal, assistant principals, Mr. Tenney, Lozano, Miss Lozano, Mrs. Kane, Mr. Lloyd, Mr. Adams, and Miss Ellis. We would like to thank our superintendent, Dr. Marcus Nelson, and our school board for their support of the fine arts in Waco ISD. If you enjoyed this performance tonight, come and see us at the Midway Marching Preview next Saturday, October the 7th at 3:30 p.m. Also next weekend on October 8th at the Cultural Arts Fest at Indian Spring Park, the University Orchestra and the choirs will be performing with international performing artist Mark Wood at 3 p.m. The Cultural Arts Fest is free, so come out and support your Trojans and the fine arts. And finally, if you want to see something a real good treat, join us at the University PAC October 19th through 21st for the musical theater performance of the Addams Family Musical. All shows are 7 p.m. Remember, once a Trojan, always a Trojan.
Hope you enjoyed our halftime activities. We're about to start the second half of action here, and Temple will get the football first with a 40-0 lead. The first half stats are definitely in favor of the leading Wildcats, as they have run 27 plays for 215 yards. The University has run 29 plays for 49 yards. University has rushed the ball 18 times for -1 yard in the first half. They've had trouble just moving past their own 35-yard line, and so Temple will start off with the football here in the second half. Rolling squibber goes through the legs of T.J. Franklin. He'll pick it up at the 5-yard line and then get it back up to about the 15. Actually, that was Xavier Johnson on the return. So Temple will be starting at their own 15-yard line here in the second half. Coach, what did Rodney Smith tell his team in the locker room?
You know what? I don't know what you could say in a situation like this. Just keep pounding the rock, I guess, like Leroy Coleman used to say. But you know what? There's no quitting this team, and I feel sorry for these youngsters because they're giving it all they've got, but what they've got is just not what Temple's got.
T.J. Rumfield is the quarterback. Hands it off to a new running back in the game. That's Zion Leach, who we expected to see as the starting running back for Temple tonight. He gets 5 yards out to the 20.
He must have been in the doghouse because he was the leading rusher, and this is the first time we've seen him tonight.
Came into tonight's game with 34 carries for 178 yards and a couple of touchdowns. So he'll get the start here in the second half. Second down and 10. It's another running back with the football. This time it's Anthony Jefferson, number 9, with the football. And he'll have the first down. Gets it all the way out to the 32-yard line. A gain of 12 on that play for Anthony Jefferson. It is a 1st and 10. Let's see if Scott Stewart's decided to just run the ball here in the second half and shorten the game. Once again, it's Jefferson with the football.
And I would imagine this game goes on, we'll see a lot of backups for Temple. I think we'll see Jared Wiley. He's a senior quarterback. Rumfield 6'5", Wiley is 6'6".
5-yard gain for Jefferson, brings up second down and 5. He's dropping back to pass this time. Complete on the sideline to Hextall. He is swarmed under by University Trojans after he gets into University territory at the 45-yard line.
I'm pretty impressed with T.J. Rumfield's ability to throw the football. He throws it pretty well, and that was a nice catch that time by Hextall.
Picked up 18 on the play. Another first down. Yeah, T.J. was 10 of 15 passing in the first half. Hand off once again to Jefferson. Gets into the open, turns on the afterburners, Couple of Trojans finally catching, but not before he gets down into the inside the 15-yard line. It's another first down.
Anthony Jefferson looked like he was hobbling just a little bit when he was running with that football. He still made a nice run, but didn't look like he's going full speed. He may be bummed up a little bit.
He gained 35 down to the 10-yard line where it's first and goal for the Wildcats. Handoff this time goes to Leach, or they fake the handoff to Leach. And it's on the end around. It comes to Keon Johnson.
That was a nice fake that time to Leach. They are knocking on the door again.
All the way down to the 1-yard line as Johnson got 9 yards on the play. Fumble the football to scramble for it inside the 5-yard line. And the University Trojans come up with it. Coming up with the football for University is Josh Walker, and they turn the Wildcats away at the doorstep.
That was a huge play that time. There's a play prior to that. And then they come back and run the next play. They fumble the football, and back end was Zion Leach, I believe, that fumbled the football.
It was.
And so Walker gets recovery, so University, they don't have ideal field position, but they do have the football.
So after keeping the ball for 2:33, they turn the ball over at the University 4-yard line. Backs against the wall once again for the University offense. They break the huddle with just 8 seconds left on the play clock. C.J. Crane in at the quarterback spot. He'll take the snap, but whistles blow before the snap on a delay of game penalty.
Well, why does that happen?
Took too long to get the play into the
delay of game.
Into the huddle.
That's two or three of those we've had tonight.
Yes, sir. And this is the 5th game of the season. You should have that all ironed out by now. So again, it's going to be Crane at quarterback. Looking for him to just try to run the ball out of the end zone here. That's exactly what happens. He's headed for the left side. Flag thrown on the play as he gets up near the 5-yard line. The flag is where you normally see holding.
One step forward, 2 steps back. That's kind of the way it's been tonight for the Trojans. Give us a chance to talk a little bit about the couple of assistant coaches for University. You know the Price boys, Sam and Tom. I still can't tell them apart. And Jared Sluby, former Waco High star and Baylor running back, is now
holding
on the south.
Number 52 on the offense. Penalties decline. 2nd down.
Well, they declined the penalty as they picked up 3 yards out to the 5-yard line on the run by Crane. Crane with the pass is incomplete. Intended for Cooper.
Cooper's wide open. Archie did a little duck hook, and that was just a bad throw that time by Perkins.
That's the first pass we've seen thrown this year by C.J. Crane, who's the 3rd quarterback of the night for University.
I guess they're going to keep trying until they find somebody that can get her done.
Low snap. Crane looking to get out of the end zone. It won't happen. I'm not sure if they're going to call that a safety or a fumble, but yeah, it is a safety. As Crane is dropped in the end zone. A 5-yard loss and 2 points for Temple, and the score goes to 42-0 in favor of Temple as the defense puts points on the board. Well, they've gotten it in pretty much every way they can, through the air, on the ground, on special teams, and now on defense.
Well, we've seen Jordan Perkins at quarterback. We've seen Archibald at quarterback. We've seen C.J. Crane at quarterback. So far, none of them have put any points on the board.
Free kick going to come from the 20-yard line. I wonder if Gabriel Castillo uses any of that Cornhuskers lotion on his toe.
He might need to.
He's going to have a sore foot at the end of the night. He had 5 punts in the first half.
They're lucky that's a safety because it was nearly a touchdown for for Temple. You know, I had to call our committee. They showed up last Friday out here.
They did?
Yeah, they couldn't get in. It was all locked up.
Well, the lights weren't on. Wasn't that a clue to them?
You don't know our committee.
Squib kick goes between a couple of Wildcats, picked up by Xavier Johnson at the 20, and he's got a fairly open field. Gets a nice block. Gets around Cadena, heads down the sideline, and Cadena finally forces him out at the 20. He goes from 20 to 20.
Got a flag around the 46-yard line. So I would assume that would be against Temple, either blocking the back or holding, I would think. Let's see if we can pick up anything here. There it goes.
Yeah, right there.
Yep,
just
that's it.
In the corner of the.
Yep.
Holding number 4 of the return team, 10 yards from the spot of the foul. First down.
That's a break for University Trojans right there. Xavier Johnson, he's a young man he is their big play guy like we talked about. You can see why.
Still T.J. Rumfield at the quarterback spot. We'll have Zion Leach in the backfield with him. Send Keon Johnson in motion and swing it out to Keon. Cuts it back inside, splits defenders, and then takes it down to the 39-yard line in University territory.
Brought down that time by Deodric Mack and also Jamorian Payton.
Gain of 17 yards and a first down. That play's worked real well a couple of times in this second half already. Leach with the football, drags a couple of Trojans with him, and fights his way up near the 35-yard line. The ball comes loose. Rumfield gets on it. I don't see where anyone's saying that Leach was down, so that will be a fumble that is recovered by the quarterback. And they'll lose. Well, there'll be no gain on the play. Good job by Rumfield to keep possession for Temple there. 2nd and 10 at the 39. Keon Johnson in motion. Hand it off. Well, fake the handoff, and now a pass thrown, and it's knocked down by Josh Walker. Nice job by Josh Walker to get through there and get a hand up.
He's played a good game tonight defensively, Josh Walker. He really has.
Your committee may have to go with co-defensive players of the game. The offense has not had a lot of success tonight for University. Rumfield with the pass, in and out of the hands of Deontay Hackstall. He had the first down, but just couldn't hold on. He's up to 4th and 10.
Nice pass that time. Just could get the handle on it.
Rumfield's attempted 20 passes now for 112 yards and a couple of touchdowns. Trojans not sending anybody back to receive the punt. They're hoping it'll roll into the end zone, but Pooch kick is going to take a Temple roll and go down to about the 6-yard line where it's stopped there by Keon Johnson.
How many times has Temple had to punt tonight?
That's the first one.
Oh, that's what I thought. All right, it'll be interesting to see. We're playing quarterback musical chairs tonight. Who will be the man under?
University gets it with 7:21 left to go in the first quarter. Once again, they're in deep trouble. They're way back at the 7-yard line. Again, as Tank pointed out, I don't think they've crossed the 35-yard line of their own end of the field offensively.
So C.J. Crane is back in at quarterback.
He's got Stroop in the backfield with him. Looking for a block from Stroop on the edge. Gets around the corner. A nice block downfield by Williams. Gets him across the 20 out to the 23-yard line.
That was a nice run that time to C.J. Crane, and he must have had some good blocking too. You see right there, you'll see that was a nice block right there thrown by Jeremiah Stroop.
Picked up 16 yards on the play. I believe that's the biggest gainer of the night for anybody on the University offense. Same play, basically. Nice job by Stroop on the block, but apparently somebody I guess he got a hand in a face mask there.
I think Stroop might have tackled the youngster. Looks like he grabbed him around the neck. Whether or not he got the face mask, I don't know. We'll find out. Yeah, there it is.
C.J. Crane also lost his helmet and the football. And Temple seems to think that they have the football at the 24-yard line.
On offense, number 8. Penalties decline. First down.
It was fumbled.
Yep.
So Crane fumbles the ball. And Temple recovers. They get it with 6:53 to go. University offense kept it for just 28 seconds before they coughed it up at their own 24-yard line. Leach in the backfield along with Jefferson. Fake the handoff, looking for the touchdown pass, and it's complete to Xavier Johnson for the 6.
Yeah, Xavier Johnson's pretty much a do-it-all threat tonight, receiving, running the football. Like I say, he's a big play man, and he's shown that tonight, no question about it.
Temple's offense takes advantage of the turnover. Johnson collects his second touchdown pass of the night. This one from 24 yards out. Point after attempt. Wegeman is good. So with 6:45 left to go third quarter, Temple extends its lead to 49-0.
And at what point in the game do you think Temple will kind of empty their bench and play some of their backup folks?
Now.
Be a good time to do it now.
Yes, sir, it would. I believe that's what we will see. Start to see some backups on defense, and I'm sure we'll see the backup quarterback and some of the backup offensive linemen on the next series of downs for Temple. Matter of fact, I do see Jared Wiley warming up on the far sideline for Temple.
Good luck to some of the Trojan faithful, I tell you what. They're going to hang in there unless the rascals over.
Obie Cooper and C.J. Crane are the two deep for University.
Our committee's got a tough job ahead of them tonight. That's all I'm going to tell you.
Yes, they do.
We get an opportunity later, we'll acknowledge our crew. Once again, they do an outstanding job.
Yeah, that crew's undefeated.
Yes, they are. They hadn't been scored on, have they?
No. Short kick. Gonna bounce at the 15, picked up by Obie Cooper. He's got some running room. Cuts it back to the other way and gets shoestring tackled at about the 42-yard line. Grabbing him by the shoestrings was Nakia Crum.
I tell you what, that might have been a touchdown saving tackle. He grabbed him right around the top of it. I want you to take another look. This is a really good run. He let the ball hit the ground, and he picks it up. And you see right now he is boogieing. Obie Cooper barely tripped up. Is this the best field position they've had tonight?
Yes, sir, by far. Right from their own 42-yard line. Archibald now in at quarterback, fakes the handoff, keeps it, trying to go over left tackle and caught from behind as T.J. Franklin gets a hold of it.
It's just pretty tough sledding off tackle, no question about it. That was a really nice tackle that time by Franklin.
Also one on the play, brings up second down and 11. At the Trojan 41-yard line. Coaching staff signaling in the plays on the sideline. Archibald checks the play on his wristband.
He better hurry.
He looks at the play clock, gets it off. Has it off on an inside trap. Stroop gets slobber knockered as he gets to the first down marker, but he does pick up the first down.
Watch this. Boy, this was a good hit that time on Jeremiah Stroop, but I tell you what, he kept on ticking. Took a lick and kept on ticking.
Picked up 12 yards for the first down. Trojans only had 3 first downs in the first half. That's their first one here in the second half. Good job by Stroop to turn it upfield as soon as he got the handoff. Gets it down to the 43-yard line, a gain of 4 on the play.
You know, one bright spot for these Trojans is that Jeremiah Stroop is only a sophomore, so he's got a couple more years to improve. And he's played well so far tonight.
His 46th carry of the year for 266 yards. Just his 4th carry of the night for 13. Stroop with the football again. Grabbed by a belt loop. Spins his way up to the 39-yard line for a gain of 4.
That was a nice little bit of running there. He was actually hit at the line of scrimmage right there. You see him spin and then went forward for additional about 4 yards, I guess.
Picked up 4. Brings up a 3rd down and 2. Williams, a receiver at the bottom of your screen. Archibald was looking to pass, pulls it down and has to run with it, gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. It's going to bring up a 4th down and 2.
I don't think there's any way they're going to punch this football. They need to go for this first down.
Now Castillo probably has a sprained ankle from all this punch tonight. Got to get it to the 37. Get a new series of downs. Coming on an outside blitz. Trojans are able to defeat that as Stroop gets it up near the 35-yard line and does pick up the first down, the second first down in the series, and I think that's the first time tonight that the Trojans have had 2 first downs in 1 possession.
And I tell you what, Jeremiah Stroop has really run the football well on this position.
Keith Wilson in the backfield this time. They send Cooper in motion. Now a pass downfield, and it's going to be incomplete. Looked like Archibald was looking for more of a post route and got a flag route out of C.J. Crane.
There's one more look at it. You'll see C.J. No. It wasn't intended for C.J. Crane, but I tell you what, I was pretty impressed with Archibald throwing the football that time. He threw it a long way.
Second and 10, Crane in motion. Flag thrown.
Like a procedure against University.
False start, 57 on the offense.
Well, that's the first one of those that have been called tonight.
Chris Watson is a guard. He was going to pull that time, and he pulled just a little bit too soon.
Well, that'll take it back 5 yards to the 41-yard line. Got some new faces on that defensive front for Temple is 44 Xavier White, 49 DeMarco Williams, and 96 Trey Colbert in there on that defensive line. Stroop was grabbed just as soon as he was handed the football.
Yeah, none of the front line, even the linebackers are new right now.
Yeah, that was Kobe Bankston coming from a linebacker spot to make that stop.
Yep, he's backup linebacker to Antoine Holiday.
Also one on the play to the 42. Brings up a 4th down and 16. Have to get to the 26.
Might as well go for it, right?
Well, they say it's just, oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's just 3rd down, I'm sorry.
I'd go for it too on 3rd down.
Sounds like a good idea to me. Archibald has to run out from under pressure and gets it up to the 39. Gain of 3 on the play, but now it's 4th down and 13.
You go for this, Lord?
Got to.
I throw it to C.J. Crane.
He's at the bottom of your screen. Archibald looking for him. Not going to be able to get away. Once again, that's Kobe Bankston there to stop him. The ball's going to go over on downs.
I believe old Kobe Bankston's lobbying for a little more playing time, don't you?
I think he is.
Playing very well.
So Temple will take over at their own 42-yard line with 1:28 to go in the 3rd quarter, and Temple on top by a score of 49-0. Between quarters, we'll find out a little bit about cross country at University High School with the cross country coach Ricky Perez. Dylan Chapman will have a discussion with him here between quarters. Wiley in at quarterback. That's Zion Leach with the football, working his way up the far sideline and pulling his way well past the 1st down. Gets it into University territory. Going to mark it at the 42, so he went from 142 to another 42, so that's a 16-yard pickup.
Let's go, Trojans!
Hand off again to Leach. This time he's swarmed under by a mass of purple.
Yeah, I counted 8 purple jerseys in on that tackle that time.
Lose a couple of yards back to the 44. 2nd down and 12. Third quarter clock rolling down to 35 seconds left in the period. Wiley looking to pass. Gets out from underneath pressure. Will tuck the football and run with it. And gets it down to the 40-yard line. Pick up a 4 on the play.
Tackle made by Corey Moore.
Brings up a 3rd down and 8. Most likely that's going to happen in the 4th quarter unless Wiley gets him up to the line of scrimmage here real quick for one final play in the period. Game clock down to 3, 2, 1. They won't get it off before the end of the quarter. So we head to our final 12 minutes with Temple on top of University by a score of 49-0. Let's go down to Dylan Chapman. He's standing by with Ricky Perez. Dylan?
Thanks, Lark. I'm here with Waco ISD Hall of Fame member and University High School head boys cross country coach, as well as assistant boys and girls soccer coach Ricky Perez. So, Coach Perez, how's boys cross country doing this year?
We're running hard. We're working hard. We got a group of kids that running their hearts out and try and compete with these cross country runners. The majority of our guys are soccer players, so we try to work and push them to be a runner, a good runner. But our guys, they're competitors, so they're going to do what they can just to go out there and compete and try to win and try to get ourselves in the regionals.
Yes, sir. And from a soccer standpoint, your daughter Aaliyah was the leading scorer for the girls team last year. What's it like for you to be able to coach her?
Something that, it's something to where, she started with me when we were 4 years old, and we had the little offset for 4 years, and now that she was with me last year at the university for freshman year, it was just amazing. I just enjoy it. I mean, it's it makes me look pretty proud of seeing her to play where I can see her play, and if she were somewhere else, it would have been difficult for me coaching and trying to see her. Well, so it's awesome. It's amazing.
Yes, sir. That was Ricky Perez. Back up to you, Looking Bart.
All right, thank you very much, Helen. While they were away, the 3rd and 8 play goes on a screen pass to Leach. He takes it all the way down to the 24 for a 16-yard gain and another first down for Temple. Handoff goes to Leach, coming around the right side, and he wiggles his way up to the 20.
Nice tackle that time by Jordan Perkins from University. You don't see many screen passes anymore. I like a screen pass.
I do too. Doesn't seem like they call it often. I don't see many passes to a tight end anymore.
No. That's kind of a lost art.
Yeah.
I remember one time Baylor playing down A&M, they threw one to Big Bo Lee. He went 80 yards. They never threw it to him again.
Yeah. On the handoff is Anthony Jefferson. Jefferson gets around the left side. Will be taken out of bounds at about the 11.
I tell you what, they've got some pretty good running backs here at Temple. No question about it. And Jared Wiley's getting a little experience at quarterback. There's another look at it.
They say he got it down to the 10-yard line, so it's 1st and goal for Temple from there. Bad snap, and I believe University is on top of the football. Josh coming out with it. Josh Walker, that's his 2nd fumble recovery of the night, I believe.
I think you're right. Josh Walker's really played a good football game on both sides of the ball.
Once again, Temple turned away on the turnover deep in University territory as the Trojans take over with 1:59 left in the contest. They'll have it 1st and 10 at their 14-yard line. Archibald is the quarterback. Gets it off to Stroop. Nice hole over the left side. Spin moves, gets him up to about the 20-yard line.
Flag on the play in the University backfield, so we'll see what this is.
Personal foul, chop block, number 50, number 75, half the distance.
Number 50 and 75?
Yeah, on a chop block.
Both of them?
Yes. A chop block requires one high and one low, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You have to have two to have a chop block. So that moves it back to the 7-yard line, half the distance. Brings up 1st and 17. Pass in the flat, overthrown. Intended out there for that O.B. Cooper. I'll be all right.
Yeah, O.B. Cooper's played a lot now for the Trojans and played pretty well for the most part. But you know what? I consider a quarterback a leader of the football team, and when you play 3 or 4 different quarterbacks, you got to have one guy that's the main man, I think.
Well, I think Rodney Smith's just looking for something that works. Wilson gets put in the spot that the rest of the team thinks he ought to be. On the pitch, Stroop going to be corralled at the 5-yard line. Going to lose a couple of yards on that.
Yeah, that was a nice tackle that time on behalf of Temple. DeMarco Williams. He came right up and stiffed that right at the line of scrimmage.
Brings up a 3rd down and 19. Again, I believe the 47-yard line at Temple is the, well, make it the 36-yard line in Temple territory is the farthest University has penetrated tonight.
If they don't make this, though, Castillo's going to have to come back in and kick it away again.
Rodney Smith lets some time roll off and then calls a timeout.
And give us opportunity. We're going to have a substitute color man here. Dylan Chapman's going to take my place for a little bit, and here we go.
All right, well, while y'all exchange headsets there, let's acknowledge our crew from tonight. We have 6 folks on camera: Jesse Maldonado, LJ, Evie Magdaleno, Justin Sanchez, Tyrell McSpadden, and Leslie Ugalde. Our audio engineer is David Ellis. Bill Taverner's on instant replay. Ricky Mazza III is taking care of our production. He is our production director and our field producer. As always, Jesse Patea. Dylan, glad to have you up here in the booth, sir.
Yes, sir, Lark. I'm excited to be up here with you.
I understand this is something you would like to do in the future, so just be yourself. That's all I can tell you.
Yes, sir.
Best thing I can tell you to do. Trojans are facing a 3rd down and 19 at the University 5-yard line. Dylan, I know you play for University baseball team. Did you ever get into football? Or?
You know, I stopped playing football after middle school. I just wanted to concentrate on baseball.
Archer ball back to pass, finds a little bit of a seam, but then it closes up real quick, and he's dropped for a 2-yard loss.
Gabriel Castillo's had a rough night punting.
He's got a sore toe, I'm sure. A loss of 2 on the play. Brings up a 4th and 21. When Castillo has punted, he's punted fairly well. He just had that one where he punted into the backside of one of his blocking backs, and it was turned into a touchdown.
It's 10-yard deep in the end zone on this one.
Gets off a nice punt out to the 36-yard line. Nathan Garcia returning it for Temple has got a path to the end zone and will make it in. Got a nice clearing block by Antonio Hernandez to take it in. Nathan Garcia, junior wide receiver, gets the punt return of about 35 yards for the 6. You see how the blocking all developed for him there?
Yes, sir. He ended up having a cutback lane on the hashes at the bottom of the field, and he took advantage of it.
Here to try the point after is Aaron Weggeman, their freshman kicker. Left footer is able to put it through the uprights. And with 9:05 to go, Temple extends its lead to 56-0. That's the 2nd time tonight that Temple has scored on special teams. University has dominated the clock as far as time of possession. That's because Temple has scored quickly every time they've gotten the football. And they've scored on defense once on a safety and now twice on special teams with this return of the punt by Garcia.
They would have had another score on defense if it wasn't for that play by C.J. Crane taking it back.
Yes, sir. You are correct. Williams will go deep, along with O.B. Cooper, waiting this kickoff. Dylan, I know that you had some arm issues last year during the baseball season. You got all that cleared up for this coming?
Yes, sir. I've been doing my rehab and throwing progression, and by the time the high school year comes around, I'll be back to full strength if everything stays the way it is right now.
We'll look for you on the mound in February. Kick's going to come to Cooper in the end zone. He'll run it out. Temple trying to take the ball away from him. Kobe Bankston had a hold of the football as opposed to the runner, but he'll bring Cooper down at about the 13-yard line. University gets the ball, 1st and 10, and once again, they're deep in their own territory. It'll be Archibald at quarterback. Junior has seen the majority of time as the signal caller tonight for the Trojans. Late check into the backfield for University is Joseph Azua, a tight end. Handed off to C.J. Crane coming around from the right side to the left side, and Crane will pick up the 1st down as he goes out of bounds around the 26.
You know, CJ has really been a bright spot for our offense this year.
Pick up 13 on the play. Brings up a 1st down and 10 at the 26. Yeah, CJ has been pretty much the top offensive guy for University through the first 4 3/4 games. Stroop, the running back with Archibald, takes the handoff around the right side, trying to string it out, unable to do so. As Norman Love gets to that. Love is the man who returned the block punt earlier for a touchdown. Trojans just trying to maintain football and run clock and hopefully get something accomplished on offense before the end of the game. A loss of 2 on that play takes it back to the 24-yard line. It is 2nd down. .12 to go. Pass in the flat, it's complete to Cooper. Cooper gets a nice downfield block from Williams. Will be thrown out of bounds. Going to mark him out at the 37, and that's going to pick up the 1st down.
Archibald looks like he's hurting a little bit. He's got a limp going in his right leg.
I think he's had a little bit of that most of the night. But like most of these football players, he's a gamer and going to stay out there. Williams comes to the near side along with Wilson. Send Crane and Cooper to the far side. Well, they send Crane in motion. They hand it off to Stroop on the inside handoff. Stroop with a nice tough running gets it out near midfield. Picks up another 1st down. That's 3 1st downs in this series of downs, and that's the first time that's happened tonight for University. Pick up a 13 on the play. Trojans are at the 50-yard line. Again, 56-0 our score. Temple has many of the reserves in on defense. Archibald looking to pass, now steps up, unable to get out of trouble though. Good job staying home on that defensive line by Xavier White to contain him and actually cause a loss of a couple of yards. The University 48, a 2nd down and 12. C.J. Crane taking his time making it into the offensive huddle. That's because quarterback Jordan Perez is still on the sideline getting the play from the coaching staff. And it's like the coaching staff is going to call a timeout before the play clock runs out. They do call that timeout with 6 minutes and 42 seconds left to go in the contest. Well, it's been all Temple from the start. It did take them a little bit of time to get on the scoreboard as they didn't get into the end zone until there was 2 minutes and 55 seconds left to go in the first quarter. They did have a 3-yard run by Overton, but then all of a sudden the points started to pour for the Wildcats as they got that punt return, the block punt return for a touchdown by Love to make it 13-0. They got a 24-yard pass to Jared Wiley for a 19-0 lead. Anthony Jackson then took off on an 85-yard touchdown gallop to make it 26-0. Then Overton got loose for 11 yards for a 33-0 lead. Then Xavier Johnson took in an 8-yard pass for a 40-0 lead. Johnson also took in a 24-yard pass for a 49-0 lead. And then just recently they got the punt return from Garcia. Stroop on the first down carry. Excuse me, on the second down carry. Gets it into Temple territory.
Got Jordan Perkins back in at quarterback.
He's the guy that's pretty much been in that spot all year. Picked up 5 yards on the play from Stroop. We got a 3rd down and 7. 3 receivers to the right this time. Perkins gives a look over that way, has C.J. Crane at the bottom of the screen, but Perkins will keep the ball and trying to get the first down. He's flung down by Kobe Bankston, junior linebacker, and coming in as a reserve has done an excellent job for his head coach. Going to bring up a 4th down. Got it down to the 43 for a gain of 4 on that play by Perkins.
Dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct. Defense number 13, 15-yard penalty. First down.
Not sure exactly what T.J. Franklin did, but what he did was cost his team 15 yards and give University a first down. And move it inside the 30 down to the 28. Do you see anything, Dylan?
I did not. I was still looking in the backfield with Perkins. I didn't see what happened downfield.
So 5:40 and counting in the 4th quarter. University trying to get on the scoreboard as Perkins keeps the ball, runs up the middle, and gets across the 25.
Perkins made a good decision pulling that because Stroop had nowhere to go.
He gets 3 yards down to the 25. Brings up the 2nd down and 7. I hope coach's committee is somewhere nearby. 2nd down and 7.
They're here. They've been here for 2 weeks.
Oh, okay. Handed off to Stroop. He has an opening, and then is spilled when he gets up to the 20-yard line. Picks up 5.
I tell you what, Jeremiah Stroop has really run the football well in this 4th quarter, but you got to give a little credit to that offensive line, too. They're the ones opening the holes. Take another look at it. Nice run.
Picked up 5 on that one. It's tough going tonight for Stroop. 12 carries for 38 yards. About 3 yards a carry, just a little bit more. Perkins on the keeper, coming around the left side. Gets around the corner and will take it out of bounds at the 16-yard line, a gain of 4, and he picks up the first down. 5 first downs in this drive that again started back at the University 13-yard line with 9:05 to go in the game.
How many first downs they have going into this drive?
5.
5.
So they've doubled it.
I certainly like to see the Trojans get on the board here.
Take the handoff. Perkins keeps, avoids the shoestring tackle, and then hauls a couple of Temple Wildcats down to the 12-yard line for another 4-yard pickup.
It was a nice tackle that time by Trey Colbert from Temple.
Well, they actually mark him at the 11-yard line, so give him 5 on the play.
Jordan Perkins looked over the sideline to get the play, so we're ready to go. They don't want that play clock to run out on them again.
On the reverse, here comes Obi Cooper. And Cooper has knocked off his pins. Good job staying home once again on that defensive line by Xavier White.
Hey, thank y'all. Appreciate it. Yeah, next week we'll be back. All right.
The committee has come to a decision.
Yes, they have. After this play, we'll tell you who the players of the game are.
Cooper lost 1 on the play, brings up a 3rd down and 6 from the 12. Back to pass, looking for the corner of the end zone, and it's broken up. Tell you what, double covered down there. C.J. Crane, but Perkins almost split the difference and got it to him.
I tell you, Perkins threw good football that time. You see it right there, just barely out of C.J.'s reach. Our defensive player of the game will be Josh Walker. Our offensive player will be Jeremiah Stroop. We'll visit with those 2 young men and Coach Rodney Smith following the contest.
Clock stopped with 3:10 left to go. See on our screen, the Temple's on top by a score of 56-0. And University going to try a field goal here from Rolando Galvan. Kick is on its way, and it's good. So Galvan at least gets them on the scoreboard with the field goal of 39 yards. 20, yeah, well, let's make it 30 yards. 30-yard field goal.
Well, at least they're not going to be shut out, that's for sure.
Nice drive for the Temple, for the University offense there as they go from the 13 down to the 12.
Let me tell you, Lark, it won't get any easier for the Trojans next week as they go to College Station. And remember, we'll be back here next week with Waco High host Brian Rudder in their homecoming game.
Trojans kept the ball for 6 minutes and a second, using 14 plays to cover the 75 yards. Get 3 points out of it to make it 56-3.
Well, if we got a break in action, I'm going to turn it back over to Mr. Dylan Chapman, and I'll make my way down.
I'll see you on the sideline.
Unless it goes in overtime, I'll be back. All right?
I'll hold you to that. Now, there was only one time I can think of that if we almost had overtime that he almost had to come back. Don't think that's going to happen tonight.
No, not tonight.
It will be a monumental comeback if it does happen.
I think I'd have to say that'd be the most impressive of all time. How about you?
Yeah, absolutely. Temple looking for a potential onside kick here. Not necessarily sending anybody deep. Gabriel Castillo setting up for the onside kick. Looks like he's going to kick it to the near side. Temple has some good hands, guys like Ty Culp and Adrian Thong. Ball ends up going out of bounds. So it'll be Temple's ball. And they've got 3:01 to run off the clock.
Adrian Thong at Temple didn't want any part of that. He just let that go out of bounds.
Discretion's the better part of valor. Temple will get the ball at the 47-yard line, and Temple is into the field. It'll be Jared Wiley at quarterback.
He's also their right fielder.
He's also caught a touchdown pass tonight. Handed off to Leach. Leach gets around one would-be tackler with a stiff arm. Takes it up the far sideline and gets it deep into University territory.
Got a flag back at the 45.
All right. See, most likely that's going to come back. That's usually where you see a hold, a clip, block in the back, and we have a University Trojan down.
Holding. Number 87 of the offense. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Repeat, first down.
I'm not so sure that that's not Corey Moore that's down on the far side, and that would be a huge loss for the University defense. So a holding penalty at the University 45. We'll take it back to the Temple 45-yard line. So you give Leach credit for an 8-yard gain, but then they lose 10 on the holding penalty and a timeout on the field while they take a look at the injured Trojan on the far side of the field. Jerry Williams is there along with.
I didn't see what happened, did you?
I didn't either. But anytime you see him sit up, you know that things are a little bit better.
It's always a good sign.
Yeah. He is holding a shoulder very gingerly, though, as he walks off on his own power. And it looks like that left shoulder may be a problem for Corey Moore. Bruised a collarbone once playing junior high football. That was not a pleasant feeling.
That'd be a big loss for University. He's one of the main impact players in our defense.
So 1st and 12 now for Temple. Penalty moves it back to the 45. We'll get some attention from Jerry Williams and Chelsea Hooten on the sideline. Handoff goes to Leach. Leach rumbles just back to the line of scrimmage, if even that. Actually gets up to the 46-yard line for a gain of 1 for Leach. 2nd and 11. Leach once again with the football. A flag trailing the play. Leach able to get away from a couple of would-be tacklers and spins his way inside University territory down to the 46, but this will be negated by a flag behind the play, and it's a holding penalty against Temple.
From the previous spot, replay 2nd down.
They'll mark that off. Temple will get another 2nd down try as they move that back. Actually, it's an illegal use of the hands as opposed to, no, it's an actual holding penalty. So they'll move it back to the 36-yard line. It should be second down and 21. This is a good way to run off clock.
It
Just
is.
getting penalties.
I think that was the slot receiver for Temple at the bottom of the field with that hold.
Leach stays on his feet, able to fall forward up to about the 41-yard line for a pickup of 5 on the play. Actually, mark him at the 42. Give him 6.
3rd and 15 here for the Wildcats. I bet we'll see another handoff though.
Let's see if they want Wiley to deliver up the passing arm here. Hands it off to Leach. Leach coming to the sideline will be forced out of bounds. Jordan Perkins pushes him out there. Get it to the University 47. Pick up a 7, brings up a 4th and 8. Temple will punt. Trojans not necessarily sending anybody back. Now C.J. Crane going back to receive the punt. Wiley with the punt. Going to go into the end zone. 47-yard punt. Here's the ball to University with 54 seconds left in the contest. They trail Temple by a score of 56-3. It'll come out to the 20-yard line.
Waco High is currently beating A&M Consolidated 31-28 in the 4th quarter.
That would be a huge win for Marty Herbst's club. We'll be back here next week taking on Brian Rudder. We'll have the game for you here on Waco ISD TV. Jordan Perkins brings the play from the sideline to lead the Trojan offense on this final offensive possession of the night. Hands it off to Stroop. Stroop shows good running force out to the 26-yard line and pick up a 6 on the play. Stroop now with 13 carries for just 44 yards. Been a tough night for University on the ground. They've run 45 times for just 83 yards. That's not even 2 yards a carry.
Looks like Stroop's done for the night.
He comes to the sideline, fake the handoff, pass in the flat is complete to Victor Rosas. And Rosas is out of bounds at the 33. Pick up a 9 on the play. first down. Rodney Smith gives some of the backups a little opportunity here. Clock stop with 17 seconds. Perkins looking to throw, looking for C.J. Crane down the sideline. And it's just a little short as Crane tried to turn around and come back to it, but couldn't get to it. That leaves 9 seconds to go. Dylan, this is your senior year at university?
Yes, sir.
What are your plans after baseball season's over?
I want to play baseball in college somewhere, so we'll see where that goes. And I want to major in communications and end up having a career in radio, television broadcast. So,
getting any feelers from any colleges yet?
I've talked to a few, but nothing's official yet. So it was a little rough with my arm injury. So hopefully I'm healthy this year, and we'll see what happens.
And off in the backfield will be the final play of the contest, as University is manhandled a bit by Temple tonight, losing their opener of district play by a score of 56-3. Temple goes to 3-2 on the year, 1-0 in the district, and University is now 0-5 on the season and 0-1 in district play. Our final score again, Temple 56 and University 3. Stay tuned, we have our post-game interviews in just a moment right here on Waco ISD TV.
All right, back at Waco ISD Stadium where tonight the Temple Wildcats have won the first district game of the year so far. Them guys, they defeated the University Trojans. Our defensive player of the game for University is Josh Walker. Our offensive player of the game is Jeremiah Stroop. Only a sophomore. Jeremiah, that's the fourth quarter. You guys came alive, didn't you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I thought that later in the fourth quarter, we started moving the ball more. And we started pushing.
Let me ask you this. How is it being a sophomore? A lot of sophomores don't get to run the football that much as you do. You enjoy it?
Yes, sir. I enjoy it a lot. Yes, sir. Last year, they were thinking about moving me up, and I thought, it's time to get better, and move on.
I know it's tough on you guys, and
yes,
like
sir.
the old saying, you got to keep pounding the rock. One day this thing's going to turn around. This was a pretty good Temple football team.
Oh, yes, sir. I agree. Yes, sir.
What do you prefer, running like off tackle, or do you prefer going outside?
I prefer going outside because I want to use my speed, but, it's whatever.
Who's the fastest guy on your team?
I can't answer that question. We have about two. It's me and CJ, so I don't know. I never really raced them.
All right. Hey, good luck you guys next week. And keep hanging in there, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
I'll just visit now with defense player game, Josh Falker. How many fumble recovers did you have tonight?
I had 3 fumble recoveries tonight.
I knew you had a good game. Being a senior on this football team, I know it's tough on you guys. You work hard. You don't ever give up, but you come on the short end of the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's tough, but it ain't nothing we can get through. If we would have stayed in the game like it was first quarter, we could have beat these guys. Ain't no different from any other team.
How was Temple as far as especially their offensive line? Were they pretty? They were big, weren't they?
They were big, but it wasn't nothing we didn't expect. Coach told us they was big, but that was slow. First quarter we got after them like the U does, and then it just kind of started slipping away, just slowly, little plays after little plays. Got out of hand at one point.
Josh, all you can do each week is go out there and work hard, keep trying, keep pounding the rock, and see what happens. And good things will happen sooner or later, I hope.
Yes, sir. It's all about the U. That's all it is. It ain't me. It's the team.
You guys, there's no quit in you, is there?
No, sir. That's what the U is about.
All right. Good luck to you next week.
Thank you.
You bet. Let's bring Coach Smith in here and get his thoughts on this one. Coach, another tough one, I guarantee. But you know what? You're not exactly playing the children of the pool, are you?
No, sir. That's playoff championship team right there. Very, very well coached. They got some players you got to deal with. Hats off to Temple. They came in and they handled their business.
Let me ask you a question. Going in the game, did you plan on playing 3 different quarterbacks?
I planned on playing 2.
Yep.
And 2 of them got banged up, and I thought they weren't going to be able to go. But they showed some grit, showed some toughness, and went back in and played.
What about C.J. Crane going in and playing a little quarterback?
We had to throw him in. We was down to our last leg and kind of threw him in, and he tried to do some stuff for us. We go continue to knock on the door, and when one day it's going to open.
You know what? And I thought, I was just telling Stroop, I thought in the fourth quarter, he give a little credit to that offensive line. They were opening some holes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. One thing about it, the Trojans didn't quit. We kept on competing. It might not look like it, but we kept competing. They're a very good team, and we want to be better next week than we are this week.
That's all you can do, and keep, like old Leroy Coleman used to say, keep pounding that rock, right?
Keep pounding that rock, yes, sir.
Rodney, good luck next week.
All right, thank you, buddy.
You bet you. Let's bring Art Smith in, wrap her up.
Well, to add maybe a little injury to insult, Corey Moore hurt at the very end of the game. I think it's just a shoulder that keeps popping out on him. I think he's going to be able
going in the game.
Yeah, and then Archibald also was limping off at the end of the game. So they got some injuries to overcome, physical injuries, but the injury of pride is something that these players are going to have to overcome. That they've been overcoming for, 41 games now.
41 games and counting, and hope the next one is not, because like I say, they're 2 games away from tying the Central Texas record. They certainly don't want to do that.
Certainly don't. Well, tonight the final is Temple 46 and University 3. For our entire crew and Coach Butch Henry, I'm Lark Smith. Good night from Waco ISD Stadium.